Hey guys, I'm Julian and I'm going to be comparing the D2 and the D2 Bravo, two watches by Garmin for pilots. So I've been owning the D2 for about a year, and I sold it to buy this D2 Bravo, the new evolution for the pilot watch from Garmin. And so the advantage of the D2 Bravo, definitely the style. It's a much nicer watch to wear. It looks much more like a watch and not like a sport thing. So it's really great. And the color screen also adds some value to the watch, definitely. I think one of the main advantages is that this watch is now connected to the internet through the Bluetooth connection. So the watch can access a bunch of data, say METAR data. So that's the weather. You can also get normal weather data and a bunch of other things which might be relevant. So in this case, that's notifications from the phone or the iPad in this case. But the watch can actually connect directly to the internet through the phone and do a bunch of things which we can't even imagine now. I mean, it's a little bit like the Apple Watch. And so one of the advantages is that there's a new framework called ConnectIQ, which allows developers to program their apps, widgets, watch faces, and data fields. Or you can also program your own. And I think the battery lasts a little bit longer, which is nice. And the GPS fix is probably the same or slightly better than the D2, but I didn't make an accurate comparison. I just have a feeling that it's better. Now the disadvantages, and that's I think the most important point about this watch, is that when I want to create a flight plan, I usually go to my iPad and use Garmin Pilot because that's the easiest way. Here I have the flight plan programmed, and I go on send to D2, and usually that works. But in this case, the watch is not compatible. So you're not able to send. That's it. You can't send your flight plans from Garmin Pilot to your watch. I hope that's an upcoming feature, but for now it's not the case. The other way to make a flight plan is to go in navigation. Usually you would have here, instead of courses, flight plans, and you can make your own using waypoints or airports. But in this case, you can't make new flight plans. You can only use those that exist. And the only way to transfer them is from your laptop. So you need a laptop to put flight plans in this watch. Also, another huge blow is that you can't use Basecamp. So basically, Basecamp is not compatible. Basecamp on iOS is not compatible with the D2 Bravo. However, Basecamp on computer, PC at least, is compatible. This is how I program those flight plans. Now, the other problem with this watch is, let's do course with using the flight app. And yeah, let's get started. So you see you have kind of HSI display. Great, GPS is ready. So I'm indoors, so okay, the window is here, but the GPS fix is quite good. And here I can see on this screen that distance is 352 nautical miles, and the route. And you can see the map. Okay, the map is the big problem, I would say, because let me zoom out. And okay, the green line is my route from Nuremberg in Germany to Paris. And between those two, you would expect to see the borders, at least the base map, the country borders, water areas, and the main cities, but there is no base map. You can see, however, airports in some cases. So that's really a big problem. And the other thing is you can't see the satellite status, so you don't know where satellites are located and maybe how to orient your watch to better catch satellites. That's the main advantages and disadvantages of the watch. If you have any comments, don't hesitate to post. Thanks for watching.